It's crazy to be here like 10 years later, you know? It's crazy to be in the park that helped create me. Like this court right here, you know, this created Matt Thomas. You know? And I spent a whole lot of time here during the summer, you know, trying to revamp my game, you know, try to get ready for the next season. And I mean a lot of hidden hours, you know? And I tell you guys that I'm overlooked because all of my life, you know, I kind of been overlooked.
6 weeks in, and you guys are back with me. I appreciate you for that. Basketball has a funny way of mending wounds and creating relationships with people you would have never came across in any other lifestyle. In a city of millions, they make you feel as being your own person is wrong. What's wrong is conforming to an ideology of what life has handed you, rather than getting what you deserve. You put in so much pain. You put in so much time. But for you guys to understand now, I have to talk to you guys about before. Welcome to the Overlooked docuseries.
That's why I don't come to 2/5, because I ain't coming in to buy no sneakers, but Kyrie better sign me. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Like, I don't know what days that we can get over to New York. I mean, I would definitely want to start with your following first. I got 2 or 3 kids that's at my school that I coach at that's from New York. So, I was thinking of them on the flip side when we do kids, but I know you want to kind of do adults, or if you got adults that want to train. And he was telling me, like, yo, Ty, he just wants you to train him, and then he'll bring people.
What happened your sophomore year in college?
My sophomore year in college was much different than my freshman year. We came into the school year with a whole different type of vengeance. Like, we knew, you know, what type of time we were on. You know, although we fell short to Sullivan County Community College in the regional championship, we knew that we were coming in to win. So my sophomore year, we came out with a bang. I mean, our team was loaded. We had at least a good 12, 15 players that could all start. You know, finally, you know, I was starting. I was one of the captains of the team, but we came out and we were hungry. When I say we were hungry, it was no games. I mean, win after win after win. Our first game was against a Division I school, and I went crazy that game.
Through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red light, I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red.
think I finished that game with 26 points, and I was destroying their guard. You know, and when I started that game, and I saw how we was finishing and how we was going, I was like, this is my year. This is the year that, you know, I'm gonna make a statement. You know, like I said, the whole objective was I wanted to get to a big time college. I wanted to showcase my talent, you know, and I wanted to, you know, put on for New York City. So that was the biggest thing. And coming out that first game and knowing how it went, it was just like, okay, this is it. This is me. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Then things started to change for us then. The drought that Bronx Community College broke was that we started to win. Prior to that, they were not winning. Prior to that, they did not have a winning record. You know, they were known to be like a laughingstock of the CUNY. One thing about it was that we came into that year and we went undefeated for a nice little time. We played against some schools that were, you know, that were better than us at the time or a little bit more poised than us, so we lost by a couple of points, but I think we finished that year like 28-3. We rarely lost. The guards, me, myself, Chris Davis, Ernest Quay, that's a starting backcourt. I mean, we were like 1, 2, and 3 as far as records. You know, as far as points, we was leading. Assists, we were leading. You know, Ernest was leading in threes. Like, it was so crazy how put together we were. We had the Player of the Year in Claude Blue. We had another a great power forward and Ronnell Ross. That's my boy. He lives like right across the street from me. And from that on, we were tough. We was running through the city. I mean, we were undefeated in the CUNY. We never lost in 2 years. We never lost in the CUNY. Which led us into regionals, and regionals was when things got interesting. Regionals was when we were like, okay, let's see if we can break through this, because we lost it last year and we came in second place. So, you know, the sophomore year we were like, can we get to it? Before we got to the regional tournament, we played against the same school that had beat us. Sullivan had a future NBA player on their team, and Cle Anthony Early. They had a guard on their team that actually fractured my jaw to end my freshman season. He fractured my jaw. I caught a charge, and my jaw was like shut for about 3 weeks. And I never forgot it. The whole summer I thought about it. The whole summer I was like, okay, when we get back, I'm gonna bust his ass. That's all I kept thinking. We met them at our home, and it was a very big game. I mean, this game was a big game, big game. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I hit a crucial three to give us the lead, and I think we came away with the win in that one. If I'm correct, I believe we came away with the win in that one. And that was just the first of one game. We met Sullivan was at their home, and I mean the game was tough. I came out, I was aggressive, I was scoring, I was killing a guard. That same guard, my objective was to kill him. Me and him are good friends now, but my objective was to come out and kill him. The only thing about it was that in that game, it came down to a last-second shot. We were down by 2 points. We ran a play. The play was just perfect. The play was perfect. It was my moment. It was my moment. I did a move. I got myself open. 3, 2, 1. I shoot. The ball goes in and comes out. We lose by 2 points. And I mean, I had an amazing game. As I rewind the film back and back, I keep watching the footage and I'm like, what could I have done different? What could I have done different? I look at the footage and I think I wanted that shot so much that I didn't see other opportunities for the shot to go in. And when I looked, I had a player, a teammate, that was wide open under the basket. And I was so convinced that this was my shot. Like, this was it for me. Like, so I have to knock this down. Like, there's nothing else to it. And, you know, my coaching staff got on me about it. Some of them was like, that was a good shot. Some of them was like, somebody was open. But I couldn't see it. Like, it was nothing else to see. It was like I'm playing against the best school in our region. You know, we're one of the best teams in our region. You know, so this is my time. And I missed that shot. Boy, that was a tough one for me.
So then what happened at national tournament?
Nationals for Bronx was interesting. We got there. Our first game we played against a pretty good team. It was hostile. It was tough, and we won that game by like about 11 points. We was very physical. We didn't know what to anticipate, but they was like 3 and you're the national champion. That's all we knew, is that 3 games and you're the national champion. We got the first team out of there. I think they were from Boston. Bloomfield College, I believe. We got them out of there. Like, they were gone. We took off, and our next game was against Sand Hills Community College. We're playing against this team. This team is talented. I mean, their guards are athletic, their bigs are athletic, and everything. They come out and they punch us in our mouth. When I say they punch us in our mouth, they punch us in our mouth. Like, we are getting punched. I don't even know what the conversation was, but we knew, like, when we lose this, we're going home. We came out in the second half with a vengeance. Like, I went crazy. I was dying out there. Literally, like, I could not breathe. But I was scoring, my team was doing great, we was catching charges, steals, everything. Like, it was so crazy. It gets down to one of the last plays of the game. We came all the way down from being down 20, and we come back and we actually tied the game. The game is tied. We run a play, the ball gets deflected out of bounds. It's 2 seconds left into the game. We call a timeout. The coach runs the play for me where I have to come off a double box screen. They leave it in my hands to knock down a shot. As I come off the screen, they bump me. I don't get the shot. They swing the ball to my power forward, and he shoots the ball. As he shoots the ball's going towards the rim. The big man on the other team jumps up and touches the ball before it touches the rim. Like, he touches the ball right before it touches the rim. That's considered goaltending. The refs blow the whistle, they deliberate, they get together, and depending on this call will depend on if we go to the national championship. They got together and they decided to say the game was over, and we lost going to the national championship. We was robbed of a national championship. Our reactions right then and there was not ones of good energy or attitude. Like we charged after the refs. Like charged after them. Like, what do you mean the game is over? Like, it's obvious if a person touches the ball before it goes to the rim, it's goaltending. It's in the referee handbook. There's nothing else to talk about. And it got so serious that the sheriffs was in front of the door. They didn't let us, get to them. The coaching staff was trying to pull us back. And when I tell you that pain to know that we left it in somebody else's hands and they decided our fate, and we lost. We lost was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. They had the audacity to ask us to come back the next day and play for third place after we had our hearts broken. Like, there was nothing inside of us to play for. Like, I never cried so much in my life. Like, I cried. I was heartbroken. Shattered, brutal. It was unbelievable how much that hurt me, and being that was my last college game, and we got robbed. The team that we actually lost to got cheated by, went on to win the national championship, which means that right now I would have a fat old ring on my hand if those referees did not cheat us. We would be the national champions. We would have finished off a great season. Unfortunately, we did not finish off the great season how we wanted. There was so much pain. It was too quiet. It was just, and they asked us to play for third place. We were gonna boycott it. We were gonna boycott the game and be like, we don't want to play. It was just too hard to play. Now, of course, I wanted another game. I wanted to play. The game we were supposed to play was the championship. We weren't able to play the championship. We came into the third place game against a good team, Dale High College, and I just couldn't play. I felt nothing. That was one of the first times in my life that I felt like I didn't want to play. I was on the court playing 5-on-5 crying, and it was a whole new day. It was like I couldn't believe that they took that from me. And that's, watching the clip of the player touching the ball and them not making that call, still to this day it makes me cry, because it's clear as day. There's nothing else to talk about. Like, there's nothing else to think about. It's like, how could you allow it to happen? And we lost the national championship. We lost that, and we were not able to recover from that. Upon that, they ended up firing the whole coaching staff from my school, and the legacy ended there. The next year I was supposed to have my jersey retired. A couple of the players on the team were supposed to have the jersey retired, and that's not how it went. So it was unfortunate that they took that from us. The heartbreak that I felt from that was just unbearable. It was almost worse than not getting a professional contract. The first time that I went at it. That heartbreak was unbearable, because at that point it wasn't just about me. Normally things were just about me, when I went on to try to go for my own individual career, but at that time it was a brotherhood, it was a family. When one person cried, we all cried. When one person hurt, we all hurt. And then the confusion of why us, why take that from us? And I think I just think the way that we carried ourselves, the way we handled ourselves, you know, it intimidated a lot of people, and they didn't want to see us up there, unfortunately. And that's one thing I always said in my life is that I don't never want to leave the game in the hand of a ref.